What if the most brilliant chess move the Toronto Blue Jays made wasn't signing a superstar or landing a blockbuster trade, but quietly claiming a journeyman catcher that everyone else had given up on? While baseball pundits obsessed over big-name acquisitions and multi-million-dollar contracts, the Blue Jays front office was executing a masterclass in organizational intelligence. On September 16th, 2024, Toronto claimed Tyler Heineman off waivers from the Red Sox. The baseball world yawned, but what happened next would prove essential to the franchise's stunning run to the 2025 World Series. This is the story of championship-level talent evaluation and why sometimes the smallest moves create the biggest impact. Hello, Jays Nation. Welcome to Jays Quick News, your go-to spot for the latest Toronto Blue Jays updates. Have you ever wondered what separates championship organizations from everyone else? It's not always the flashiest signings. It's the ability to identify hidden value that others miss. And if you want every exclusive breakdown of how the Blue Jays build championship rosters, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now. Let's set the scene. September 2024. The Blue Jays had shipped Danny Jansen to the Red Sox at the July deadline, and backup catcher Brian Serven was struggling badly, hitting just 100-79 with a 222 slugging percentage. With the season spiraling, most teams would have just ridden it out with whoever was available. But here's where the Blue Jays' organizational brilliance shines through. This wasn't the first time Toronto had acquired Heineman, not the second time either. This was actually the third time the organization had claimed or signed him. That's not coincidence, that's conviction. While other teams cycled through catchers like disposable commodities, Toronto's scouts saw something special. They identified specific tools, specific traits that fit their championship vision. That's elite talent evaluation. At the time, Heineman looked like your classic organizational depth piece. Career: 202-12 hitter with 1 home run in 299 MLB plate appearances. Great defender, sure, but his bat seemed completely unplayable over extended time. The projection was simple. Third catcher insurance, maybe spell Alejandro Kirk for a few September games, then reassess. Nobody, and I mean nobody, expected what came next. As 2025 spring training approached, questions swirled. Kirk had never caught more than 99 games in a season. Could he handle full-time duty? And if he needed rest, could Heineman actually contribute offensively? Most analysts assumed the Blue Jays would sign a veteran safety net. Instead, the front office showed championship-level confidence in their evaluation. They rolled with Heineman as the backup, and what he delivered was nothing short of historical. Kirk stayed healthy and productive as the everyday starter, finishing with a stellar 278 average, 15 home runs, and 7 fWAR, while catching on 118 games. That alone validated Toronto's faith in his durability. But here's where the story becomes incredible. Tyler Heineman didn't just survive as Kirk's understudy, he absolutely dominated. He posted .305 batting average with a staggering 830 OPS, 3 home runs, 18 RBIs. And here's the stat that should make every baseball executive take notice. The Blue Jays went 27-19 in games Heineman started. That's a 587 winning percentage. Championship caliber. Let's talk about the numbers that reveal organizational genius. Heineman accumulated 1 fWAR in 2025. Fangraphs valued his contribution at $16, $2 million now. Here's where it gets absurd. The 1 fWAR ranked him 17th among all MLB catchers. 17th? But he ranked 50th in plate appearances among catchers. Read that again. He produced like a borderline all-star while getting backup level playing time. This level of per-plate appearance production is historically rare. According to Fangraphs data, Heineman's 2025 season ranks among the top backup catcher performances of the last 2 decades. He posted a 120 WRC+, meaning he was 20% better than league average offensively. His 341 WOBA crushed his career mark of 292. This wasn't small sample noise. This was sustainable excellence across 45 games. And here's the kicker that proves Blue Jays front office brilliance. According to internal team analysis, if Heineman had produced like a typical backup catcher in 2025, Toronto wouldn't have won the American League East. Might not have won, wouldn't have won. A September 2024 waiver claim that cost literally nothing became the difference between a division championship and going home early. Think about the championship architecture here. The Blue Jays finished 94-68, tied with the Yankees, winning the division on the head-to-head tiebreaker. Every single win mattered. Heineman's 27-19 record as a starter added crucial victories that separated Toronto from New York. That's organizational depth creating championship outcomes. What does this mean for the Blue Jays' future championship window? They now possess something incredibly valuable, a proven backup catcher who can start if needed, hit for power, play elite defense behind the plate, throw out base runners, and do it all on a minimum salary. In an era where quality catching is scarce league-wide and teams pay premium dollars for mediocre production, Toronto accidentally struck organizational gold. Looking ahead to 2026, Heineman's success creates fascinating strategic possibilities. His mental performance work with Blue Jays, mental coach John Lannon transformed his approach. As Heineman told Sportsnet, staying present and avoiding future tripping unlocked his offensive potential. That's championship-level player development amplifying raw talent. The Blue Jays' persistence in repeatedly acquiring Heineman now looks like front office genius. While 29 other organizations saw a glove-first backup with no offensive value, Toronto's scouts identified untapped offensive potential combined with elite defensive skills. They identified a player with championship-caliber makeup who just needed the right organizational support system to unlock his abilities. Tyler Heineman's journey from waiver wire addition to World Series contributor is exactly what separates championship organizations from everyone else. Not every hero costs $300 million sometimes. The biggest difference makers are the ones smart teams identify before anyone else notices. That's Blue Jays baseball, championship architecture built through organizational intelligence. So here's the question for you, Jays Nation. What other hidden gems has this front office identified that we haven't fully appreciated yet? Who's the next Tyler Heineman waiting to prove the doubters wrong? If you enjoyed this exclusive breakdown of championship-level organizational intelligence, smash that like button, subscribe to Jays Quick News, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into how the Blue Jays build championship rosters.